Hi everyone, my name is Pranati Ayadevara and I will be the observer for this meeting today. Today our objective is to discuss about the Harvard Business Review case study, which is called the Unmanageable Star Performer. In this case study, we will be kind of finding out what Stephen should say to Vijay over dinner. Everyone will be giving their proposals and sharing their perspective, and we'll come to a unanimous opinion. I would like to now invite the first person, Shreya, to introduce herself and share her perspective.
Thank you, Observer. So, hi everyone. So, I would like to present this case from an HR and long term sustainability perspective. So, in my opinion, Vijay's contribution to the Mumbai office is undeniable. He has built the office from scratch and played an important role in attracting clients. So, however, strong business results alone cannot be considered a measure of successful leadership. So, one fact that really stands out in the case is the 32% employee turnover. That's a clear sign that something isn't working. So, when talented employees keep leaving, the company spends more time on recruiting, training, rather than focusing on the growth. So I believe Stephen should use the dinner conversation to address the issue honestly but respectfully. So the goal shouldn't be to criticize Vijay personally. So instead, Stephen should help him understand that his leadership style is affecting the team's motivation and the overall work culture. I also think clear expectations need to be set. Like, Vijay should be encouraged to improve communication with his team, delegate responsibilities more effectively, and create a healthier work environment. Along with that, employee feedback and survey results should be reviewed regularly so that the progress can be measured over time. So, from my perspective, protecting the company's culture is just as important as achieving business targets. So, a leader who delivers excellent results but struggles to retain the talented people creates a problem that becomes much bigger in the longer run. So, another important point is that leadership behavior often shapes culture of the entire organization. So, employees may tolerate pressure for a short period when results are strong, but over the time, constant stress and dissatisfaction can reduce productivity, creativity, and the trust within the team members. So, if the company continues to ignore these warning signs, it risks losing not only the current employees but also its reputation as an employer. So, in today's competitive consulting industry, attracting and retaining talented people is just as important as winning the clients. So, therefore, addressing these concerns now is an investment in the company's future success rather than simply a response to employee complaints. So, my recommendation would be for Stephen to have an open and honest conversation with Vijay, support him in improving his leadership approach, and ensure that both business performance and employee well being receive equal attention. So, yeah, that's it from my side. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for that perspective, Shreya. I really liked what you said about, maintaining company culture and how the leadership influences it. Now we will listen to our next speaker, which is Raman.
uh, the the situation today, Vijay is a star performer of the company. He like built the Mumbai office from the scratch, and he built a Mumbai office from the scratch. And currently he is having a lot of offers from the other competitors also. And what's the if but we should also consider this thing, if we are pushing this culture, it will impact the team's other members also. So we should think this situation according to the our business aspects also. So my perspective will be we should protect him today. Like we should give him is getting more attention from the competitors also. So we shouldn't give him immediate. We shouldn't give him any ultimatum for this thing. We should first talk to him patiently and try to get on the conversation. And Stephen, I think he should approach him in a very positive way, so that performance will also won't degrade in the future term. And we should also consider that the loyalty should be the first priority of the company, as he should not leave the company, as because if he leave the company, then lot of burden will be on us, because he is the uh, primary uh, primary performer for our team. So according to my suggestion, what Stephen should do is he should offer him some admin support, like hire some more and give hire some more persons, and split the task to the among the team, so that he will not get burden on of the full project. And we should focus on the vision of Stephen, Vijay's also, like we should deal according to the market expansions to keep him engaged and less tempered by the competitors' offer. And we should do the collaborative coaching with our team, so that everyone can grow together and learn together. And we should maintain a healthy environment in the office. So this is my perspective. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for your perspective, Raman. What you said about loyalty being the first priority is also like very important in the company. Now we'll hear from our next speaker, which is Drishya.
Okay, hi everyone, this is Risha, and I totally agree with Shreya and Raman. So, I would like to present the coaching and mentorship perspective on this case. So, the main idea of my perspective is very simple, that is, instead of punishing Vijay, the Stephen can coach him. So, as we all know, Vijay is not a poor performer. In fact, he is the reason the Mumbai office became successful, and he brought major clients and achieved excellent business results. But at the same time, his leadership is creating so many problems. Employees are feeling stressed, turnover is increasing, and many people are leaving the company. So this tells us that this problem is not for performance but for the leadership. So I would like to suggest that instead of criticizing or replacing him, Stephen should help him become a better leader. And there are three important areas where Vijay needs support. So first one is the emotional intelligence. Vijay should learn empathy, active listening, and he should learn how to give constructive feedback. A leader should know his team members. And the second I could say about is the people management. Vijay should learn to delegate work, as Shreya also said, and to trust his team and set some realistic expectations. And he should not expect everyone to work exactly like him. And third is the very important, which is executive coaching and mentorship. So, an experienced coach can guide him through regular feedback, leadership training, and mentoring so that he grows as a people leader. So, in this way, company can keep both its talented employee and a star performer. And I would like to end this perspective with a simple thought that great leaders are not born; they are coached, they are developed, and they built by continuously learning. So, and also we can say that a company should not lose a star performer when coaching can transform that person into a great leader. So, thank you. This is my perspective.
Yeah, I think what you said about like setting realistic expectations would kind of really help out, and it's also like we don't want to lose a star performer. Moving on to the next perspective. So now I call Anubhi to present her opinion.
Yeah, hello everyone. I would like to touch the skip level here, which includes people at the lower hierarchy. When Stephen set up a meeting with these people without Vijay, he got to know that the situation is quite serious. People are not treated like humans, instead, like production machines. They said they are afraid to leave early because if Vijay notices that, he will be upon them for it the next day. Even the highest performers feel inadequate, as Vijay seems to take all the decisions himself. There is a clear autocratic way of working here. People are expected to answer emails at 4 a.m. in the morning, and they rarely feel comfortable enough to voice out their opinions. Vijay is never receptive of it. My perspective is that Stephen should take up the opportunity of the less formal setting of the dinner to make Vijay understand that the company doesn't survive on the financial growth alone. People are one of the most important aspects of any company's growth, and unless they take ownership and feel self motivated and welcomed, They may work very well in the short run, but the negative effects are already starting to show. People are not just leaving the company, instead, they are criticizing the work environment, which compounds in the future. Vijay's current working style may have produced astounding results, but this is high time he needs to soften up a bit and look at the people side of things. That's all from my side.
Yeah, I think if Vijay does look at the people side of things, all of our problems will be solved. So thank you. Moving on, now we'll have Ganga Praneeth to
Yeah.
Pranita to present. Sorry.
Hello everyone. So, in my opinion, one recommendation that hasn't received enough attention is the role of Aparna. Vijay is second in hand. While the case mainly focuses on Vijay and his leadership and his team challenges, I believe Stephen should also encourage Vijay to strengthen his relationship with Aparna. So, a strong leader is not someone who only leads alone. So my first recommendation is to recognize Aparna as a trusted leadership partner. Aparna is more than Vijay's second in command. She works closely with Vijay. She understands her goals and she translates those goals into daily operations in the organization. So Stephen should encourage Vijay to acknowledge her contribution towards the organization. And the second one would be empower Aparna with greater decision making authority. See, as the Mumbai organization is growing, he can't be only the person who's taking all the operational decisions. He need to trust someone and make them responsible to, take the required decisions, and he can focus on the strategic ones. He could also help her to go grow in as a leader. And the third one would be leverage Aparna's leadership strength. See, Aparna is working closely with both the teams and Vijay. So when Stephen should encourage Vijay to seek input of any decisions which he's taking about the leadership from Aparna, so that she could help him better understand how decisions are affecting day-to-day work, team's work. So finally, I think build leadership through partnership is very essential. So when leaders will and the second in command will work as true partners, so communication will become easier and decisions will become consistent, so team will gain some confidence. And this doesn't solve every issue in this case, but then it could lay a stronger leadership foundation. So to conclude, I am not suggesting that strengthening Vijay's relationship with Aparna would only work as the option. In this case, he also need to work with his leadership towards the team. But one practical approach is when he works with his closest leader, Aparna, he can recognize Aparna's leadership and empower her so that he can become a effective leader. Yeah, that's my opinion. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Pranita. What you said about Aparna, I think she's like, she's like a very important role to the organization, and she definitely deserves recognition for, everything she's been doing. Now, moving on to Garvit.
Yeah, hi everyone. So, I want to bring another important opinion, which is high headquarters versus the local office issue. While Stephen is looking Lehman Highlander is as a global giant, and Stephen is Vijay is looking it as a Mumbai local office. No doubt Vijay is doing very well, and the top officials, the CEOs and the CTOs in the headquarters who are sitting in the New York, they want numbers, and everyone wants numbers to uh, for the company and the Lehman to grow. But we should also think it as a global giant, because it's not just regional offices combined together and they are working together, but Lehman is a headquarter based in New York. We just don't can't just stay on financial numbers. We have to see the employee culture, we have to see other things, whether they are satisfied or not, because the company has is responsible on different perspectives, like uh, different governments, because they are answerable to those different powerful media giants, because every media would cover if employee says something about such a big organization. Also, directly and indirectly, it is also responsible to the people for which they are working. So I think with this perspective in mind, Stephen should tell Vijay. And also it's a very thin line, because in what should be in Vijay's mind, that he is doing great, he is doing good in numbers, he is bringing clients. That's nice from Vijay's perspective, but as a person from a senior post, Stephen should mold his conversations and try to tell him what things at a higher level look like, because Lehman Highlander, as I told, is a global consultancy. So what Vijay is doing is fine, but we should just zoom out the perspective a little bit, and that's what Stephen should tell and try to make him understand that uh, we need our employees to have we need to give our employees a good culture, also to set the global standards. And since it's a global giant, the participation for the employees is also mandatory for the uh, annual survey. Also, I think Stephen should reframe it as an accountability on Stephen, on Vijay, so that he not only grows in sales but also in leadership. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Garvit. What you said about, like, the company culture ties in with what Shreya was saying in the beginning about the company culture. She was talking about the Mumbai office, and now you're bringing it to the global scale. So we have just a few more people. So I'd like to call on Mayank to present his perspective.
Hi, I would like to look at this case from a different perspective. I don't think the main issue is Vijay's personality. Instead, I think the bigger problem is how responsibly uh, the work is divided among this Mumbai office. Vijay is clearly excellent at winning clients and growing the business. The case is he builds the Mumbai office from scratch, which shows how valuable he is. However, being good at business development doesn't always mean someone is equally good at managing people and daily tasks. So instead of expecting Vijay to do everything, I think Stephen should discuss a structural solution during the dinner meeting. A practical solution would be to appoint a co-managing partner or give someone like Aparna more responsibility for operations and managing team. This would allow Vijay to focus his strength on building clients, relationships, and bring new businesses and lead the company growth. Meanwhile, employee management, delegations, and daily operation would be handled by someone who can give those tasks more attention. I believe this solution benefits everyone. The team receives better supports. Vijay can focus on what he does the best, and the company continues to benefit from his leadership without increasing employee dissatisfaction. So rather than changing Vijay's leadership style overnight, I think improving the leadership structure is more practical in long-term solution.
Yeah, that's a really good point. So moving on, we have Medhavi to present her opinion.
So, hello everyone. I have a fact based perspective on how Stephen should approach his conversation with Vijay. In this case, we know that Vijay is an exceptional performer. He has helped the India office achieve excellent business growth, clients trust him, and he's one of the company's strongest consultants. But at the same time, his leadership style has created a different problem. Several employees have complained about him, some talented consultants have already resigned, and many others are afraid to speak openly because they find him intimidating. So the question is how Stephen should address this during dinner. My opinion is that Stephen should avoid making the conversation emotional or personal. If he simply says people don't like your leadership style, Vijay may become defensive because he genuinely believes that he's pushing people to perform better. Instead, Stephen should let the facts speak for themselves. He should first appreciate Vijay's outstanding contribution to the business and acknowledge the results he has delivered. Then he should present objective evidence, such as the repeated employee complaints, the number of experienced consultants who have left, and the hidden costs of recruiting and training new employees. He can also explain how losing talented people affects teamwork, client relationships, and the company's long term growth. By connecting these people issues to business outcomes, Stephen is speaking in a language that Vijay understands best. Since Vijay is highly analytical and focused on performance, showing him measurable business impacts is much more likely to make him reflect on his leadership style. Finally, Stephen can propose that leadership should not be measured only by revenue and client satisfaction, but also by team development, employee retention, and creating a healthy work environment. This way, Vijay doesn't have to lower his standards. He simply needs to change the way he leads the team. So, to conclude, my view is that facts are often more powerful than emotions. If Stephen uses data to show that people management directly affects business performance, Vijay is more likely to understand the problem and work towards becoming not just a great performer but also a great leader. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Medhavi. I feel like Vijay would definitely resonate more with facts rather than emotions, and this would be a good way to, connect with him. Last but not the least, I call Tanishka to share her opinion as well.
Yeah, thank you, Observer. So, I would like to present my view from the perspective of psychological safety. In my opinion, this is not only just the problem of working long hours or high turnover. The problem is also about expressing the feelings of the members as well as their opinions. In this case, people don't leave the office before the vigil leaves, and some are even ending up replying to the mails at 4 in the morning. So this makes that sense that people are afraid of disappointing their manager instead of feeling the supported and motivated from the side of them. Also, it comes to the notice that Vijay makes most of the decision, and in a company when employees are not feeling like their decisions are motivated or come into concerns, they stop giving their decisions and ideas at some point of time. So I think Steven should not use dinner only to say Vijay what the problems or pointing out his mistakes, but he can use that dinner to explain him what his problems can create in a long term and in the Mumbai office. What problems can be created in a long term, and for the practical purposes or practical reasons, he could also consult some feedback sessions, or he can ask everyone to openly present their views and opinions so that they can express their feelings, what they feel, how they want to present their ideas, and like what they can do to get the company above and increase the profits in the company. So, at last, just I want to say that this perspective would be in the terms of like psychological safety and building trust among the members, as teamwork is one of the most important thing in any of the company, because team members only make the company grow. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you everyone for sharing your opinions. I really liked how this was a very collaborative and professional discussion, and how everyone shared their opinions in a way that was not black and white about firing him or keeping him without saying anything, but kind of trying to find a middle ground. So I guess we've all reached a consensus that Steven should have a healthy conversation with Vijay and explain to him what he's doing wrong and how he should improve. He can mentor him and show him the facts. And I guess we've all reached to this consensus. If anything has and if anyone has anything to add, they can add, or we can conclude with this discussion. Yeah. Okay. So thank you guys so much for your time and for your opinions. It was really nice talking to you. Thank you.
Thank you.